All right, great day, great day, great day. Brian Arahan here with another session of a quick pro tip with the pro coach. And I wanted to share with you a strategy, one quick strategy, key strategy for a listing agent, right? And a buyer agent can also use to determine and share what their true value proposition, and more particularly for listing agents out there who are looking to get more listings and at higher commissions in an environment where commissions have been maybe attacked a little bit from people wanting to get more and pay less. It's just a natural evolution of buying and selling economy. And so that one strategy, that one key strategy that you can utilize right now to make sure that you're able to take more listings at a higher commission is understanding the concept of the list to sell price ratio. Right, when an agent understands truly the value within and the conversation around the list to sales price ratio, really what that means is what the average properties in the area are listing for and what they're selling for, that ratio in between, right? And so if you've got the average list prices in an area, let's just take Southern California being $1 million, and the ratio or the average sales price is $1,050,000. That means the average list to sales price ratio is at 105%. Right, 105%, just for round easy numbers. And so that can be a big difference between your seller getting more, earning more, you earning more commission, or if you don't have a great list to sales price ratio and you don't understand that, that could lose your seller money, right? And also ultimately lose you money because we get paid off of commissions as licensed agents. So when we truly understand the concept of list to sales price ratio, number one, we've got to know what the market is doing. And so when you look at, just as an example, Southern California and certain communities or areas in Southern California, number one, we look at here, right, and on the left hand side, this is the dollar per square foot, right, between March 2023, February 23, and March 2022, and you see how the market has changed in the different counties over time. And so looking on the right hand side, the 99.4% as an example in March of 23, the average list to sales price ratio. So on average, that $1 million home listed for, right, in Los Angeles County, the people making bids on them, they were making getting offers accepted and closed at roughly $994,000 compared to that average list price of a million. So meaning that that's a 99.4% list to sell price ratio. And you can also notice how it's changed since March 23 over February 23, and also going back to March 2022, right when we were in that lower interest rate environment. And so when you see that change in the market as a great listing agent, you've got to know that, number one, and you can utilize this as a way for you to communicate your value proposition to your sellers. And if you go back in March 2022 and you weren't on average selling your listings at 104.6% of your list to sales price ratio, that means that you were below the market. That means that you were actually costing your sellers money comparative to what's happening around you, right, in Los Angeles County anyway. And so as a great listing agent, you want to know what's going on in the area and then price your homes accordingly. And there's more conversations about that we've had, and we will have more on because that's such an important concept to understand, is pricing your properties and helping your sellers understand that there's the number one most important thing to getting a home sold and quickly and for more money is your pricing strategy. It's actually the number one thing that you can do to market a home. So when you come back to the understanding of what the average list to sales price ratio has to do with, say, commissions, when you're an agent that is selling, let's just say as an example, let's say the average list to sales price ratio in the area is in San Bernardino County is 101.6 as an example. And so you see that here at 101.6. Let's just say that that means at $1 million list price in San Bernardino, that would be on average, the sold properties are going for $1,000,000 and $16,000, right? And so you list a home for $1 million. That means you're getting on average in that area, let's say, and that's not the average list price in that and sales price ratio in that county. Yet for round numbers, right? That means that if you're listing a property at $1 million, let's just say, and that $1 million, let's say it's $1 million, and that's the list, and the sold is based off of 101.6. That means you're getting it sold for $1,016,000 on average. Now, if you're an agent that doesn't understand that, and let's just say the average agent's maybe your list to sales price ratio of an agent that you're going up against that is working to get the listing from you, right? Or take the listing over you. Let's say that average agent, right? Or let's just call it average agent, right? Is their list to sales price ratio is at 95% in this market, and so that means they're getting $950,000 on average for their client on $1 million listing. Now, if you look at the difference between those two, right? If you're an agent that's getting the average of the market of 101.6%, and you've got another agent that's coming in below average at 950, that difference of roughly $66,000, that could be the difference of you being able to get a full commission or having to discount your commission because you're not able to justify your value proposition on why a seller should work with you over the competition who might be not bringing adequate value or conversation or marketing strategies to the dialogue with that seller. So there you have it. When you look at the powerful dialogue around understanding the difference between the average, above average, and below average list to sales price ratio, that can mean the difference between you being able to get that seller more money for the property or on average less money. And so we have more conversations around what are the strategies, particularly on how you price a property to get that outcome of more offers, more bids, and ultimately better terms, better conditions, and better price for your sellers out there. So when you understand the difference in this case of $1,016,000, right, at the average list to sales price ratio over the area of a property on $1 million, right, list, and you have another agent who's working to compete with you at 950, whose average list to sales price ratio is 95%, right? That's a $66,000 difference. By the way, if you charge, 6% versus maybe this agent, the old adage of an agent wanting to charge less money. Let's say this agent is charging 4%, right? That 2% difference of, let's just call for round numbers, being $20,000. Right, you're basically getting a seller $40,000 more, even at a higher commission rate than that agent with a lower list to sales price ratio average. So either way, it's a net gain to a seller, even though they pay higher commission. At the end of the day, you're making them more money, which cancels out the question of why would I pay you more? Doesn't that other agent do the same thing? No, not all agents do the same thing. Not all agents market the same way. Not all agents understand this conversation and how to use this as a true value prop. So at the end of the day, one of the best things that I can recommend is you practice those conversations on how you can adequately share your value to a customer. And much like I showed you here, this is a show me market, not a tell me market. So bring out the list to sales price ratio, bring out your list to sales price ratio. By the way, what do you do if you don't have a great list to sales price ratio right now, right? Lean on your market, lean on your team, lean on the people that you're working with that have a better list to sales price ratio than you until yours goes up. The other thing is the great equalizer of getting your list to sales price ratio higher is, number one, you've got to make sure that you're protective of that. So when you know that that's a value proposition to you, you're not going to just work with any seller. You're not just going to work with sellers that are out there who just want to just price it and see what they get for it. You're only working with people who want to sell, who want to get the property sold, who want to have, who are willing to follow your game plan. So if you don't have a seller right now that's willing to follow your game plan and just wants to shotgun up a price and see what happens, then you may decide to protect your list to sales price ratio and walk away from that listing, because we see that all the time. Homes that just are going on the market that aren't priced well, that aren't marketed well, they're sitting day after day, which causes that agent stress, which causes that seller stress, and really just pollutes that relationship overall. So one of the best things that you can do to make sure that you have more able, ready, and willing clients is that, number one, right? Able, meaning they're able to finance the property, like they have equity in the home that they could sell and pay you a full commission, right? Ready, meaning that they're motivated, they have someone that they have to be. And then finally, willing, meaning they're willing to follow your game plan. The only way that you can have enough of those people that you want to work with and you have the options of working with is by you doing your number one thing every single day, which is finding new people who are respectful of you, who appreciate you, who value what you bring to the table, and are willing to listen to what you have to offer and follow your game plan. And if you're not willing to do that, if you don't have those people in your pipeline, then it's time to get on the phones, get to the door, go to the open house, get to that networking meeting, and meet as many people as you can that follow that principle or that filter of they're able, they're ready, and they're willing to do business with you and follow your game plan and value your list to sales price ratio track record. All right, with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Good luck and much success.